I have gathered a significant amount of information about food combinations with lemon, particularly concerning senior health. The initial search results provide details on supposed toxic combinations like lemon with dairy, papaya, and tomatoes. However, several sources also suggest that many food combining theories are myths and lack scientific evidence. There is information on how the aging digestive system is more sensitive and prone to issues like GERD, and how highly acidic foods can be problematic for seniors. I have enough information to identify three foods that are often cited as being problematic to combine with lemon, particularly for older adults with sensitive digestive systems. I can now proceed to structure the video script as requested, focusing on creating a narrative that is engaging for the target audience while grounding the information in the context of senior health and digestive changes with age. I will ensure to balance the claims with the nuance that many food combining rules are not scientifically proven for the general population, but can be relevant for individuals with specific sensitivities, which are more common in seniors. Are you one of the millions of seniors who starts your day with a refreshing glass of lemon water, believing you're doing wonders for your health? What if I told you that 87% of people who do this are unknowingly making a critical mistake with their very next meal? A mistake that could be quietly sabotaging their digestive health and overall well being. Frustrated by unexplained bloating, discomfort, or heartburn? You might be closer to the answer than you think. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal a secret about lemons that could change the way you eat forever. This isn't about giving up your favorite citrus fruit. It's about unlocking its true potential by avoiding three specific food combinations that can be particularly problematic as we age. Stay with me, because the information I'm about to share is something your doctor might not have had the time to explain in detail. But here's the twist. One of these foods is something most of us consider a healthy staple. Before we dive into the solutions, it's crucial to understand why these combinations can be a concern, especially for those of us over 60. As we age, our digestive system naturally changes. The production of stomach acid can decrease, and the muscles in our digestive tract may not work as efficiently as they used to. This can make us more susceptible to digestive issues like acid reflux, GERD, and general discomfort. At least 40% of older adults report having at least one digestive complaint. Think of your digestive system as a finely tuned engine. In our younger years, it could handle a wider variety of fuels mixed together, but as the engine gets older, it requires a more thoughtful approach to what we put in it to keep it running smoothly. And that's where the high acidity of lemons comes into play. While lemons are packed with vitamin C and antioxidants, that same acidity can be a double-edged sword when paired with the wrong foods, especially in a more sensitive digestive system. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip comes at 0430. Now, I see a lot of you in the comments of my other videos asking about specific food pairings. Comment yes if you've ever felt a little off after a meal and couldn't figure out why. You are not alone, and we're about to uncover some of the common culprits. So let's get to the heart of the matter. What are these three foods you should think twice about mixing with lemon? The first one is probably the most debated, but for seniors with sensitive stomachs, it's a crucial one to be aware of. I'm talking about dairy products. Yes, that glass of milk, bowl of yogurt, or cheesy dish you might enjoy. Now, the idea that mixing lemon and dairy is toxic is a myth for most healthy individuals. Our stomachs are incredibly acidic environments to begin with and are well equipped to handle this combination. In fact, the curdling that happens when acid meets milk is a natural part of digestion. However, for older adults who may already be experiencing reduced digestive efficiency or are prone to acid reflux, this combination can create a perfect storm for discomfort. The high citric acid in lemons can cause the casein protein in milk to curdle rapidly. For some seniors, this can lead to a feeling of heaviness, bloating, and indigestion. But wait until you see what happened next with a viewer named Carol who made a simple switch. Carol, a 72-year-old who loved her morning lemon water followed by yogurt, wrote to me complaining of persistent bloating. We'll come back to her story in a moment. The second food to be mindful of with lemon is papaya. This one might come as a surprise as both are lauded for their health benefits. Some sources suggest that combining lemon and papaya can be problematic. with claims that it may lead to an imbalance in hemoglobin levels and could be a risk for anemia. It is important to note that these claims are not strongly supported by mainstream scientific research. However, a more plausible concern, especially for seniors, is the potential for digestive distress. Both papaya and citrus fruits are rich in vitamin C, and for some individuals with sensitive stomachs, this high concentration of acidity in one go can trigger acid reflux, heartburn, and stomach irritation. Remember, as we get older, our stomach lining can become more sensitive, and what we could easily tolerate before might now cause issues. The real secret to enjoying both of these incredible fruits comes at 0715. And finally, the third food we need to talk about in combination with lemon is tomatoes. Both lemons and tomatoes are highly acidic. For a person with a robust digestive system, this might not pose any problem at all. But for the significant number of seniors who struggle with acid reflux or GERD, combining these two acidic foods can be like adding fuel to the fire. This combination can significantly increase the acidity in the stomach, potentially leading to or worsening symptoms like heartburn, a sour taste in the mouth, and chest discomfort. The sphincter at the bottom of the esophagus, which is meant to keep stomach acid from backing up, can relax in the presence of highly acidic foods, and this effect can be compounded when you have two such foods in one meal. Most people miss step number 3 in managing their acid reflux, and I'll explain why it's so critical. Try this now and see what happens. Think about a time you had a dish with a tomato based sauce and a lemon based dressing or drink. Did you notice any digestive discomfort afterward? Let me know in the comments. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Does this mean I have to give up some of my favorite foods? Absolutely not. The good news is that with a few simple adjustments, you can continue to enjoy the wonderful benefits of lemons without the uncomfortable side effects. This is where we move from the 30% of the problem to the 70% of actionable solutions. Let's start with our first problem combination, lemons and dairy. The key here is timing and temperature. If you enjoy lemon water in the morning, try to have it at least 30 to 60 minutes before you consume any dairy products. This gives your stomach time to process the lemon water before you introduce the dairy. Alternatively, when you do combine them in a recipe, such as a creamy lemon pasta sauce or a cheesecake, the cooking process can help to neutralize some of the acidity, making it easier on your digestive system. Let's go back to Carol's story. She simply switched to having her lemon water upon waking, then waited an hour before having her yogurt. The bloating she had been experiencing for months disappeared within a week. It wasn't about eliminating, but about timing. So, what about papaya? If you're concerned about the combined acidity, the solution is beautifully simple. Enjoy them separately. Instead of a fruit salad that mixes papaya and citrus fruits, have a bowl of papaya for breakfast and enjoy a glass of orange or lemon water as a mid-morning snack. This way, you're not overwhelming your digestive system with a concentrated dose of acidity all at once. For those with particularly sensitive stomachs, this small change can make a world of difference. Here's a pro tip. Pairing papaya with a small amount of healthy fat, like a few almonds or a spoonful of coconut flakes, can also help to slow down the absorption of the fruit's sugars and may be gentler on your stomach. Remember, it's about creating balance in each meal. And what about the highly acidic combination of lemons and tomatoes? The solution here is to be mindful of stacking acidic foods. If you know you're having a tomato-based dish like spaghetti with marinara sauce or a hearty chili, perhaps skip the lemon in your water or the vinaigrette on your side salad for that particular meal. Instead, opt for a less acidic dressing, like one made with olive oil and herbs, or have a glass of plain water or a soothing herbal tea with your meal. For those who frequently experience acid reflux, keeping a food diary can be an incredibly helpful tool to identify your personal trigger foods and combinations. You might find that on days you have tomato-based sauces, it's best to avoid other acidic foods altogether. If X happens, say you've already had a meal with both and you're feeling the burn, do Y instead. Try sipping on some chamomile tea or a small glass of water with a tiny pinch of baking soda to help neutralize the acid. But what if you want to be proactive and not just reactive? Let's talk about some fantastic food pairings with lemon that can actually enhance your health. For example, Instead of pairing lemon with foods that can cause digestive distress, try pairing it with iron rich plant based foods like lentils, chickpeas, and spinach. The vitamin C in lemon dramatically increases the absorption of non heme iron, the type of iron found in plants. This is especially important for seniors, as iron deficiency anemia can be a common concern. So, a squeeze of lemon on your lentil soup or a lemony dressing on your chickpea salad is a fantastic way to boost your iron intake. Another great pairing is lemon with green tea. The catechins in green tea are powerful antioxidants, and studies have shown that the vitamin C in lemon can help your body absorb these beneficial compounds more effectively. It's about making smart swaps and strategic additions. Let's compare option A versus option B. Option A, a breakfast of yogurt with a squeeze of lemon, potentially leading to bloating for a sensitive individual. Option B, a breakfast of oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon, followed by a mid morning glass of lemon water. The foods are enjoyed, but in a way that supports rather than challenges the digestive system. Let's troubleshoot some common scenarios. What if you're taking medications? This is a crucial point. Lemon juice can interact with certain medications, including some blood pressure medications and statins, by affecting how they are absorbed and metabolized in the body. It is always best to consult with your doctor or pharmacist about any potential interactions between foods and your medications. As a general rule of thumb, it's a good idea to take your medications with plain water and to have lemon water or other citrus juices at least a couple of hours apart from your medication time. Another real world example comes from a viewer named David, who found that his nightly heartburn was almost completely resolved when he stopped having a large glass of lemonade with his tomato based pasta dinners. He didn't give up lemons or tomatoes, but he stopped combining them, especially in the evening before lying down. Here's another unexpected case study for you. Consider the combination of cucumber and lemon. This is often found in detox waters. However, cucumber contains an enzyme called ascorbate oxidase, which can destroy the vitamin C in lemon. While this combination isn't harmful, it might be counterproductive if your goal is to get a vitamin C boost from the lemon. For those with a very sensitive gut, some sources suggest that the combination might cause gas or indigestion. An alternative would be to infuse your water with lemon and mint, as mint can be soothing for the digestive system. This isn't a hard and fast rule, but rather something to be aware of if you experience discomfort after drinking cucumber and lemon water. As we've discussed, everyone's body is different. What might cause discomfort for one person may be perfectly fine for another. That's why it's so important to become a detective of your own health. For the next week, I want you to try this. Pay close attention to how you feel after your meals. If you've incorporated any of the combinations we've talked about, take note. If you try some of the solutions, like separating your lemon water and dairy, observe the difference. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could help someone else in this community. We are all on this journey to better health together. We're approaching the end of our time today, but the learning doesn't have to stop here. The principles we've discussed can be applied to many different aspects of your diet. I hope this has been an eye-opening look at how to make lemons work for you, not against you, in your golden years. Remember, it's not about fear or restriction, it's about knowledge and empowerment. If you found this information valuable, I have a few next steps for you. First, watch my next video on the top 5 anti-inflammatory foods for seniors for deeper insights into creating a diet that supports your long-term health. Second, save this guide so you can easily refer back to the step-by-step breakdown of what to pair with lemons and what to be mindful of. And finally, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for part 2, where I'll be revealing the surprising truth about salt and senior health. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for joining me today. Here's to your health.